Morning.
Morning, gorgeous. Right, well, sit down. I've made you breakfast.
That's very kind of you.
It's kind of you to put me up.
I couldn't leave you in the church all night, but getting a hostel is probably the best idea in the long term.
Oh, no. I've got to be near me dad. It might be the last chance I get to make my peace with him. I know he's dead set against me now, but, well, people change, don't they?
You going to join me for breakfast?
I'd rather keep myself busy. And don't worry, it ain't poisoned.
I didn't mean...
I know what people think, but I'm not a bad person.
Of course not.
In fact, look, I know I've made mistakes, but I've realised something. I only do bad things when I'm angry. So, if I keep calm and show people that I'm doing my best, well, everything will be all right, won't it?
No, I was reading about this singer who had a fan, and he used to phone her 20 times a day, sent her flowers and poems and that.
Is that the one who got the court injunction?
Yeah, well, I must say, I wouldn't get too upset if a fella paid me that much attention. But apparently it made her ill. So now he's going to be arrested if he gets too close. Hey, perhaps we should try that with Steph.
I don't want anything to do with courts. I want everything to get back to normal. I just want her to leave me alone.
Is she still in the village?
Oh, no, I doubt it.
Well, there you are, you see. You've got nothing to worry about. What we should do is get out there and just act normally.
No, thanks. I think I'd rather stay until I'm sure it's safe.
I like waking up in the morning and looking out across the countryside. I miss that.
Hiya.
Oh, hi, love.
Oh, Len, now I know you turned down the handyman job, but I just wondered, would you do a few hours for us, just till we get some of that sorted?
Oh, I'm afraid I've got far too much on sorting out things for this move.
Surely you could spare the odd afternoon.
I don't think so.
Oh, well, sorry to have bothered you. Dra.
Bad news.
Not entirely unexpected. It's from Councillor Ledbetter saying he can no longer support my application to join the golf club.
What, you don't like golf anyway?
It's nothing to do. It's nothing to do with golf. It's about making contacts. And he's most probably right. Nobody will want to be seen with me.
Well, it's not fair. It's all Steph's fault.
Yeah, and you can still take me down with her.
Well, we won't let that happen. About time you start fighting back.
You know, Steph, there's really no need to do all this.
No, I'd like to make myself feel useful, you know. Here, perhaps I can help you out.
Yeah, maybe later on. I've got to go on my rounds.
Doing what?
Visiting sick members of the congregation.
Oh, perfect. I'll come with you.
Yeah, I really don't know if that's a good idea.
Well, no, it'd be good for me to see people and get back into village life.
Well, perhaps it's a bit soon.
No, the sooner I get to talk to people, the sooner they'll know I don't mean them any harm.
I know, but I think they need some time to get used to the idea of you being back.
So, what you're suggesting is I lock myself away again?
No, not at all. Listen, I know you're anxious to make amends, but you're really going to have to take things one step at a time.
What do you suggest is my first step?
Well, I thought if you were looking for some answers, you could study the Bible.
I told you, Ethan, I don't do Bible bashing.
Yeah, well, you don't really have to bash the Bible. The church could do with a good clean. That would be helping the whole parish.
That's fabulous. Ethan, you're a saint. I tell you what, I'll have that church shipshape in no time.
Morning, all. You look very smart today.
What's all that in aid of? Chatting up some girl?
As if. I've got an interview.
Well, if you blow it, I'm sure we can find you something on the firm.
No, thanks. I think I'll make my own way. Taking a notice of them. I was wondering if I could borrow the car. Yeah, OK, but you're not an executive yet, you know. You can give it a wash before you bring it back.
And you can do mine after.
And mine. And don't forget to polish the wheels. Yeah. Dream on. You'll be lucky if he empties the ashtray.
Good morning, Emily.
You shouldn't be here, not after what you did.
Look, I know you and Paddy are probably still very angry with me, but I've changed. I see things differently now. That's why I've come back. I want to put things right.
I think it's too late for that.
Oh, give us a break. Everyone deserves a second chance.
I trusted you. I told people you were looking after Mr. Turner, and all the while you were trying to kill him.
I wasn't trying to kill him, Emily. I'll prove everyone wrong. You'll see.
G&T for charity.
Bob.
Oh, glad he popped in. Somebody shoved this note on the door at the B&B for you.
Go away. Probably a poison pen letter. Leave the village, you scarlet harlot.
Could be a secret admirer.
You know, it always amazes me that someone married to Viv could still manage to be an incurable romantic.
So, is it poison pen or secret lover?
Neither. My gym membership's run out. But you know what? I don't think I'll be bothered to renew it.
Couldn't mind the bar for me for a minute, could you? Just got to get some splits up.
I'm not going anywhere. Maybe you misunderstood the other night, but wasn't expecting money from you.
Oh, it wasn't like that. I just thought you might need some help paying your way.
Well, that's very kind of you, but like I say, I can pay my own way, thanks.
Does this mean you don't want to see me again?
Might be easier for you, eh?
I've been dying to see you ever since the other night. Just name the time and place. Can't a bloke have a quiet pint in peace?
Got some queries about them JCBs. What did she want?
Nothing.
Hello. Stephanie Stokes. Nice to meet you.
Tanya Coles.
You're new in the village, aren't you? If you need any help, you know, just ask. I think the world would be a nicer place if people helped each other out.
Oh, thanks, but I'm just waiting for someone.
Right. Well, I'll be at the church if you need me.
What's she on?
Oh, local nutter, so I'm told. Still clear.
It's your car.
Yep, but I'm thinking of changing it for something a bit sportier.
You'll need to move your dad's papers off the back seat first.
We can let you have them for another week at the same rate. Any longer than that, we'll have to renegotiate. Right. Don't see why you couldn't have dealt with that yourself.
Not my department. And I'm much more interested in what you were chatting to Charity about.
I told you it was nothing. Just some remark about Steph Stokes coming back.
Not someone I'd choose to gossip with.
We live in the same village. We're bound to bump into Charity sometimes.
The best way of avoiding that is for her to move away from the village a long way away. And I'll put the flags out when that happens.
I'm surprised she stayed so long. Rodney Blackstock's the only millionaire left, and he won't be stupid enough. I didn't mean...
Let's cut the chatting, shall we, and get back to work. She's not worth fretting about.
What are you doing in here?
Oh, Ethan asked me to tidy up.
Well, he shouldn't have done. There's no place in a church for you. It's a wonder that font don't boil over.
I know how you feel.
Oh, I doubt that very much.
I know I've made mistakes, but everyone makes mistakes. Even you.
I don't try and kill people.
I didn't try to kill my father. I was going through a very difficult time, but I learnt by it. I realised that I need to stay calm and just let people know that I'm willing to make a fresh start.
Oh, what a good idea. As long as you do it somewhere else.
Well, that's not very charitable. I just want a chance.
Chance? You don't deserve one, you know. This Mary Poppins act might fool some people, but it doesn't get you anywhere with me.
I'm just trying to be reasonable about this.
Oh, don't bother. Just go away and don't come back.
Please, Betty.
Don't make me angry.
Well, I'm delighted to see Steph back.
Must be the only one.
Well, it works for me, doesn't it? Gives me someone else to hate.
Not everyone hates you. Here comes one of your biggest fans.
I'll do us a favour, Charles. He gets nervous in company.
Sorry we got interrupted earlier. We really need somewhere more private.
Well, what did he have in mind?
Come up to Home Farm tonight and I'll show you.
Can't do tonight. But, could do tomorrow.
It's a day. I really must get back to the office, so I'll see you tomorrow.
All the charms of a slug with arms.
Not really know.
Hi, do you mind if I put up a sign for the jumble sale?
Oh, yes, of course. Mrs. Orp asked me to give you this for it.
By the style, I'm assuming this is all Bob's.
Yeah, she says if he wants it that much, he'll have to buy it back.
I've been looking for you.
Is there something wrong?
Of course there is. Shelley and I are trying to rebuild our lives together, and it's hard enough after all we've been through.
I understand that.
So how could you bring Steph back here? Can you imagine what it's doing to us?
She is trying to make amends. She is a desperate woman.
She's a menace. Eric could end up in prison because of her.
You're back.
And just in time by the look of it.
Do you know that he's got Steph Stokesty at the vicarage?
Yes, I met Betty on the way in. She had quite a lot to say on the subject. You really should have consulted me first.
OK, you told the village to offer understanding to a convicted rapist. Now, are you saying that one of your flock, who, let's face it, hasn't been charged with anything, doesn't deserve the same?
Hold on, Steph.
Val, how nice to see you. Have you been keeping well?
No, not really. I've been helping a mate through difficult times, and hearing your back's probably the final straw.
Well, I'm not here to cause trouble. I came back to put things right.
That's not how Shelley and your dad see it.
Maybe not, but they will. You know, in time.
Well, that's between you and them. I'm more worried about Eric. He could go to prison because of you.
Me? No, surely that's for the courts to decide.
Well, it might help if you admitted it was all your fault.
I've learned to take full responsibility for my actions. In court, I shall tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I would suggest that Mr. Pollard does the same.
I don't believe that Steph is a threat to anyone, except maybe herself.
I would like to believe that. But she did nearly kill me and Shelley.
And she's had plenty of time in prison to reflect on what's happened.
Yes.
I'm quite certain she wouldn't want to descend to those depths again.
That was Shelley. She wants you to go home. She sounded quite agitated.
Yeah. See what she's doing to her.
Alan! I believe that she's genuinely repentant. She wants to make amends. She's been very badly affected by this. I think she's suffered some sort of breakdown. Surely you can have some pity for your own daughter.
Okay, thank you. Still working on that scrap heap? When's it going to be finished?
Could be months.
Shame that. You won't be here to see it.
Oh, I don't know. I'm starting to wonder whether I want to go.
Oh, you better make up your mind before Tom King moves in.
Thought you might like a cuppa.
I don't want to move.
Neither do I.
It's in time for celebrations, then, aren't we?
Yeah, well, before we start all that, there's something else needs attending to. Someone's got to tell Tom King.
Oh, he ain't gonna like that.
I think he'd be glad we're stopping.
Well, you've certainly been keeping busy.
Where did you get the money to buy all those?
I pawned a necklace. And you keep your hands off. These are presents for the villagers. Goodwill gesture.
It's a nice thought.
Well, I know a lot of them don't want me here, and I don't blame them, but... Well, I want them to know I've changed.
I'm sure they'll see that eventually, but I think you should keep a low profile at first. Avoid confrontation.
Oh, don't you worry. I am not going to get angry.
This just isn't going to work. I know it's hard, but it is our duty to help her.
I'm glad you've called in. I've just been on the phone to my solicitors and we should be in a position to exchange contracts tomorrow.
I'm sorry, but there's been a change of plan. We've decided to stay. I'm not selling.
I suppose this is about cash. I don't like being held over a barrel, but I'm prepared to go an extra 10 grand if that'll satisfy you.
Some things are more important than money. We want to stay because this is where our friends are.
It's a pity you didn't think about that before.
I wouldn't expect you to understand. So if you let me know your solicitor's costs, I'll try and reimburse you. Good afternoon.
Just forget about her.
It's easier said than done.
Oh, it says here they never found the Streatham Strangler. Isn't that where Steph came from?
I'll just go and get some fresh air.
Oh, stop worrying, Alan. Steph won't be staying.
Yeah, well, how can you be so sure?
No offence, Alan, but she only likes 3 things. Money, designer clothes and bossing people about. And let's face it, she's not going to get any of them at the vicarage.
Yeah, but where will she go? Who'll look after her?
Yeah, you're not softening to her, are you?
She needs help.
It's not your worry, Alan. She'll fall on her feet as usual. You should start putting your own happiness first now. Yours and Shelley's.
Yes, I suppose that's how it's got to be.
Everything all right, Dad?
I've had better days. Oh, how did your interview go?
Got nothing for me at the moment.
I'm afraid I've got some more bad news for you. Len and Pearl have decided to stay. The sale's off.
Oh, never mind. I'm not sure I wanted to live that close to my brothers anyway. Or perhaps it's a sign that I'm not supposed to settle down here.
Nonsense. We'll soon find somebody else for you.
Oh, Shelley. I went and had a look at the memorial gardens my dad had done for you earlier. It's nice, isn't it? You're a lucky lady. What? Well, it's not everyone gets the opportunity to realise how well thought of you are after you're dead. No, my dad must be very fond of you indeed to have gone to so much trouble.
Why wouldn't you leave us alone? Why did you have to come back?
Well, this is my home. I live here.
I've been stuck indoors all day, too scared to come out.
You're daft. I don't mean you any harm.
I could have left you to rot in prison. And I can't say I wasn't tempted. But I did the right thing in the end. I got you out.
In the end. And I'm very grateful.
I don't want your gratitude. I did that for your father. All I want from you is that you leave us alone.
Yes, but you've got to give me the chance to make up for what I did. All I want is for you and my dad to realise that I've changed.
Oh, you liar. You'll always be a vicious, sadistic bully. But I've changed. For the first time in my life, I had power over you, and I enjoyed it. I'm not frightened anymore. You're wasting your time here.
I'm starting to worry about what you've got yourself into. Look, I can handle it. Yeah, but when Tom and Sadie find out, it's all going to hit the fan. Well, I'd be pretty disappointed if it didn't. I don't know how you're going to live in this village with all the enemies you've got. Yeah, well, who says I'm going to be sticking around? You're leaving? Well, like you say, won't be many who'll miss me. But where would you go? Well, seeing as though you're staying, it's probably best I don't tell you.
I haven't finished yet. I've given you your one chance. But if you ever threaten me again, I'm going straight to the police.
I expect I deserve that, and I'm sure you feel a lot better for getting it off your chest.
I'd rather not be having this conversation at all.
But you see, I've had time to think too. Thanks to you, in the nick. When I thought I was going to end my days in there, I realised what a mess I'd made of everything. There's only ever been 3 people that have been important to my life. Trisha's dead. And now I've managed to turn you and my dad against me.
You nearly killed both of us.
I'll have to live with that. I don't need you punishing me for it. You say you've changed. Let me change too. I'm glad you're feeling stronger. I don't want you to be frightened, Shell. I want us to be friends again. I want us to have a new start.
Go to hell.
You and I,